Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Pacers Daily. I'm your host, Hery Acosta. Let's get things going. First off, I saw a trade proposal earlier that kind of just left me shocked in how honestly bad it was. But basically, the Pacers would get DeMar DeRozan and Devin Carter, while the Kings get Andrew Nembhard and Jarace Walker. Let that sink in for a second. No. If I'm the Pacers, I decline that and I laugh on the phone. No disrespect to DeRozan. Obviously, DeRozan is, in my opinion, a Hall of Famer. Someone who has proven to be one of the best scorers in recent history, but not someone who's ever really performed in the playoffs. I mean, yeah, he's had some good series, he's had some decent runs, but has never really made that full run. And, was kind of stuck in mediocrity in Chicago. Had some decent times on the Spurs, and obviously, all his main thing was with Toronto. But obviously, with that trade for Kawhi, Kawhi came in and pretty much just, oh no, I run this team. DeMar couldn't get you here, I got you here. But just the other reason that I don't like this trade is because I value Nembhard very highly, and I know the Pacers do. I know a lot of teams think that Nembhard is a very high prospect. But this trade would put Nembhard kind of as not the main piece. It would put DeRozan as the main piece. But DeRozan, at the moment, I don't think he's more valuable than Nembhard. Now, am I saying that DeRozan is a worse player than Nembhard? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, at this specific moment, who would you rather have on your squad? I would rather have Andrew Nembhard 10 out of 10 times. Just because Nembhard brings that fire. He is a great defender. He is pretty much I would think he's like a Drew Holiday. If he improves a crazy amount, he could really be compared to a player like Gary Payton. Now, I know the glove is one of the best point guards, one of the best defenders of all time. But just the way Nembhard's game is can really kind of balance out to Gary Payton's if he really just keeps improving. Now, I think he's going to be like 9-time All-Star, NBA champ. Yeah, I do think he's going to be a champ. But like 9-time All-Star and everything, that we'll see. We'll see where that goes. But that is a pretty high ceiling. But just when it comes to this trade, I really don't like it at all. I think that it was one of the weirdest trades that I've seen. And there was other ones that have to do with Nembhard, but I'm going to get over to the next topic, which is Benedict Mathurin. Now, this one I agree more with. Mathurin is hoping for $20 to $30 million a year after he plays out this season. I'm on board completely if he balls out. But the only thing is, just because of how different salary cap and everything is going to be over the next few years, more and more bench players are signing crazy big deals. Like Naz Reid just signed an insane extension. He's a six-man. A lot of six-man bench players are signing very good deals. So Mathurin, who is a six-man that could start on multiple teams, would be worth that amount. But it just all depends on how. Now, if he's an all-star this year, out of the blue, oh, absolutely. No, the money's his. Even if he averages 18 to 20 points, I think the money's his. He's just got to have a good season and show, oh, I belong in the starting lineup. Oh, I belong in Indy. But I think he can do it. I wouldn't mind paying him this much. It's honestly not a horrible amount for a player like Mathurin, especially because he's going to be off his rookie deal soon. So that is definitely something to look at. I think it would be great if he just balls out and he gets his extension and he's locked in for Indy for a few years, just because I really like the way he plays. Now, going back to kind of what I talked about earlier, trade rumors, and I will be talking about even more trade rumors here in a sec. Andrew Nembhard, I was reading some articles, and they were saying because of his contract that he's actually a very good piece for some teams to build some trades around. I see Nemhard as pretty untouchable this year. I see a lot of players as pretty untouchable this year. Now, I was also seeing some Siakam ones. Now, the people talking about a Siakam trade are the same people that don't see Indiana with any chance of making the playoffs or even making a run this year. We're not going to trade Siakam. We signed to that big extension. One season lost of Halliburton is not the end of Siakam in Indiana. Siakam came here, and he wants to build. We've made the finals. We made a finals run. What makes people think we can't do it again? We're absolutely. It's gonna happen. There just needs step by step. Everything just has to keep on going as planned. Now, we are gonna have the season of Halliburton. We can't blow it up. We have cap space. We can't blow it up. Now, obviously, we didn't go into a luxury tax. Still, we just apparently don't like to do it. But that's that. But we have a good team. We signed a lot of extensions. We have some good depth. We have one of the best benches in the league, and we have a pretty solid starting lineup. Don't blow it up unless a crazy good trade does come out. And last but not least, I'll talk about one player that I would not deem untouchable. Now, I would deem him as someone give more time to. Now, like a player like Tony Bradley or, heck, obviously he hasn't really played really with the Pacers, but like a James Wiseman. Now, those are players that you can realistically trade for some picks or for a player of a different position that you might need towards close to the end of the season. But Jarace Walker is kind of in that weird spot where he was just drafted only 2 years ago. Hasn't really developed fully. Now, he has shown glimpses. He has shown flashes. And he is a very good player. He is very talented. And he has shown what he can do. But not to the extent that we want out of the 8th pick. Pretty much the last drafts we had a lottery pick in. But, all the other lottery picks, really not all the other, but, we had Mathurin, who we know what he's capable of. And the other really lottery pick we've had over the last few years was Chris Duarte, who I don't think he's on a team right now. He was recently with Chicago after being traded from Sacramento. But I can see Jarace Walker being traded towards the trade deadline, not necessarily right now. I say give him towards the trade till the trade deadline. Let's see what he can accomplish, especially because I feel like he's gonna get more either small forward or power forward minutes off the bench, and I think he can be a plug-in if there's any injury or bad play. But just kind of see what he can do. He's still young. He's gonna be 22. Let him develop, and then if we realize, he doesn't fit our future plans, we can probably get some picks out of this, we can get a decent player out of this, then you can pull the plug. But not rush it. I don't think we should rush a trade with Walker. But he is not untouchable, just because I think he is a player that hasn't fully shown his development that he needs to be in. Because, like Nemhard was a second-round pick, but in his rookie season he was starting. Ben Shepherd was drafted in the same draft as Walker, but he was taken 18 picks later, and Shepherd has developed more than Walker has. Just because Shepherd has, every time he's been that opportunity, he has stepped up, shown really good defense, been a little more consistent, not mainly on the scoring side, but kind of on the defensive side. So that's just something to look at. But as always, I'm your host, Hery Acosta. This is Pacers Daily. Boom, baby, and go, Sirs.